welcome to the first episode of Season 5 of ECCB Connects. We're coming to you from the Bardouille Hotel on the beautiful Nature Isle, Dominica. We'll be chatting with a graduate of the ECCB Entrepreneurship Course, Mr. Larry Bardouille. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Abigail.
And I'm Gavin.
And we're from the
Dominica State College. And you're watching ECCB Connect.
Mr. Bardouille, welcome to ECCB Connects, and thank you very much for coming to speak with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me to speak with you. It's a pleasure to be on ECCB Connects.
Mr. Bardouille, Bardouille Enterprises is one of the oldest businesses in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Tell me a bit about your business.
Bardouille Enterprises is one of the oldest businesses, but it started as Jazz Bardouille and Company, which is the name it would have been known way back in the day. And so there were several businesses, and in business for a long time, over 100 years. And it became Bardouille Enterprises. It has continued. It's a non-stop business with different aspects of it, but not going too much into the history and concentrating more on Bardouille Enterprises as it is today, one aspect of the business where I am involved or the family is involved. It is Bardouille Enterprises from about 1991, so it's about 25, 26 years since Bardouille Enterprises has been in operation. And we are essentially a hardware store that has expanded into other areas, and looking forward, we have served the Dominican public for a long time and creating employment, and we continue to look forward to continue that service to Dominica.
You are a graduate of the ECCB Entrepreneurship Course. Of course, you're a very busy man being part of the management team of Bardouille Enterprises. What prompted you to participate in that course?
To me, knowledge is very important. And any opportunity that presents itself to improve and expand knowledge is something that I would gravitate to. When Sherma John, your local representative here of the ECCB, informed me that there was such a course, and she sent me the details of what it would be about, I thought, here is something that I could benefit from, and my company, Bardouille Enterprises, could benefit from. So I thought it would be a great opportunity, and I jumped right in.
And what was that experience like for you?
It was a great experience because I found that there were a number of other small business individuals, small and medium-sized business individuals, which made a very interesting mix because they came from all different business backgrounds and different levels. And so there was a very interesting mix of individuals. The topics were quite interesting, and I found that it just lent itself to learning. The presenters were also quite good. So that was quite an exciting course to attend.
What was your main takeaway from that course?
My main takeaway, there were, I think, several takeaways, but you think about the importance of customers. When you're in the business of serving customers and seeing people, this is the heart and soul of our business, providing products and services to customers. You realize, having done a course like this, and thinking of other courses you have done, the concentration is how do you please your customer and give them the very best experience. So that is what I have taken away, and also to share the information received from the course with people at the business at Bardouille Enterprises, the rest of the management team and the staff at Bardouille Enterprises. So you share that information with them, and you realize that let us concentrate on how we can make the customer experience much better so that they can keep coming and you can create some loyal customers.
Great. So you spoke about that whole aspect of customer service and how that you found that very interesting. What sort of impact has that course had on you as the manager and your business in terms of its growth?
You come back from such a course energized. You go to a training program, a workshop, you come back, there's so many ideas, there's so many things that are coming out. And you come back to your office, to your business place, and you're thinking, what can we do next? How can we make it better? How can you pass that energy on to the people at your business place? First of all, after meeting with my management team, the other people at the business place, who happens to be my wife, Mary Carol Bardouille, and my daughters, my son, sitting down as the main management team and even some of the directors of the company to say, here's what I've picked up and here's what I think we can try to implement to make the business better in Dominica. So the customer service aspect of it, as I said, trying to pass that on, the importance of serving customers well to the staff, to our entire team, and looking at specific aspects of what can we change to create that experience and to enhance the customer experience at Garraway Enterprises. So I have tried to pass that on. Things like we are still a little behind in our computerization, for example. And we're in the process now of improving, doing a point of sale and looking at inventory and how we can, tailor that to make the experience better and to make the business management better. And also things like finance, the importance that finance plays, the sources of finance, how you manage finance, and all of that. So these are some of the things that I took away and tried to impart and implement as part of the business.
So overall, you found the course very useful?
Very, very, very useful.
Being in business for quite a number of years, what do you think can be done from the national level to assist small businesses?
At the national level, I think a way should be found to make it easier for financing businesses. I think our banking system, there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of, yes, you have to have collateral, and if you're lending, there has to be protection. But I think it has to become a lot easier to access financing. Maybe support services provided through some arm of the government, maybe the small business aspect of the government. There's a BYBT program in government. Maybe they can work with the financial institutions to see how they can help small businesses grow by promising to guide them along, especially from the financial side. So if financing, the access to financing was not as difficult as it is today, I think we could see more growth. And we have to also improve in manufacturing and agro-processing in Dominica. So these areas, I think, are areas for growth in Dominica on a national scale that I would like to see. Of course, I will also add, Dominica being a green country, the nature island, that we have to continue being green and be a model for the rest of the Caribbean.
It's interesting that you mentioned access to finance for small and medium enterprises, because the ECCB is working with 2 international agencies along those lines to make access to financing easier for small businesses. So we're looking forward to great things.
Well, that is absolutely fabulous, because I think the role of the ECCB is also part of building small business, not only, and the fact that they're linking with the financial institutions. They set policy, they set direction for the financial institutions in the ECCB area. I think that they have a great opportunity and the influence to let the banks find some way to make that access to finance easier.
Mr. Bardouille, you mentioned that the course, it had a great mix of different businesses and so on. What sort of advice, having attended the ECCB Entrepreneurship Course, what sort of advice do you have for businesses similar to yours or other small businesses?
For other small businesses, businesses similar to mine, small and medium enterprises as we call them, I think it's a wonderful thing to allow senior staff, management staff, business owners, as in small business, the owner is sometimes a jack of all trades. So it's very important to get the knowledge that comes from a workshop such as the Entrepreneurship Workshop done by ECCB. There's so much to learn. We do courses, we even do degree programs, and there's a lot that we learn. But over time, we sort of lose the key elements of such knowledge, and it's always very good to refresh that knowledge. So the courses from the ECCB that gives you insights into finance, into customer service, into negotiating skills, and all the broad areas that are given at those courses, it's important that small businesses should attend as much as possible so that they can make a better impact on their business when they come back to the world of work.
What's next for Garaway Enterprises?
Garaway Enterprises, we're looking to expand. You came into the store earlier today and you saw that we were a bit squeezed. We have done a little expansion. We are on Old Street mainly. We have 3 outlets on Old Street. We have a paint shop, we have the main hardware where you were, and we have the auto parts. We also do a car rental service. So there's a lot that we do. But we are trying to create the better customer experience by making it more roomy, making it easier to move around at Garaway Enterprises. Of course, we spoke about the point of sale system that is coming soon. It's a little late, it's been coming, but it will be there. It's something that we're thinking seriously about. And that is where we want to go, to create better services for the customers in Dominica. We've been here for a long time and we want to continue serving them well in all of the areas that we serve them. So the customers can expect new and better things from Garaway Enterprises, both at the hardware store, in the auto parts section, and at the paint shop. New and better things.
Mr. Bardouille, thank you very much for speaking with us on ECCB Connects, and all the best to you and the rest of your management team as you continue to offer excellent service to the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
I thank you very much for having Garaway Enterprises on ECCB Connects, and we look forward to the next time the next time you come, you can see some differences and some growth in some of the areas that I just mentioned. Thank you very much. Shermalan.
You're watching ECCB Connects, protecting our currency, developing our region. And now for this week's financial tip.
Bonjour, moi c'est Milia Joseph Hot Dominique. Bezas sa wive n'importe là sans avertissement. Fait arrangement financier pour les ou que besoin.
To view any episode of ECCB Connects, anytime, any place, at your convenience, check out our YouTube channel, ECCB Connects.
We've come to the end of this week's episode of ECCB Connects. Join us again next week when we'll be back with another program.